You can tell when your car battery's dying. But with your water heater, you'll never know until it starts leaking. Before you buy another tank, consider a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to heat or leak. Lower energy bills and endless hot water for spa-like comfort. All backed by Navien's strong warranty. If your water heater is over 8 years old, it's time to check out Navien at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. So Shaquille O'Neal, good old Shaq, man, he holds the record for the largest purchase in Walmart history.
Like one texter said, what did he buy, 2 iPhones?
Nice.
Because they said $67,000 he spent there?
That's what he spent. And again, at Walmart, for $67,000, you are getting your money's worth. There's no doubt about it. When you think of like a high-end purchase of $67,000, I don't think of Walmart because that's where you can get anything you might want for a very affordable price.
Unless he's doing a bunch of those Carhartt overalls. Those things are very expensive.
I hadn't thought about that.
I tried to buy one for the Halloween costume, and it was just like... way more money I want to spend on a Halloween costume. But they have an electronics.
Yeah.
Electronics is not cheap.
They do. Still, their prices, even for electronics, man, he had to buy a lot. He talked about this because he did an episode. You've seen that YouTube show Hot Ones, which we've been talking about chicken wings and chicken nuggets all day. That show is nuts, just how people can survive the Scoville scale of all the hotness of those wings.
That'd be a fun show to do, though. Have the guy interview you just to be a part of it, say you've done it. But I mean, I don't know if I just want to just voluntarily eat some of those wings.
I'm going to let you do it.
Oh, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't. I mean, it's a great show, and anybody's pretty much done it, and I still don't want to do it because I just don't like hot stuff.
For that exposure, man, he's got a lot of people watching.
I would but usually, you're already somebody when he asks you,
right?
But I mean, I suppose for exposure is the only reason. But I would be like so regretting it because I hate hot stuff.
I would love to watch you on it.
Oh yeah, and so it was on this show, Hot Ones, where they got to eat hot wings, and they also, the host always interviews the person while they're just dying on those hot wings, or some people just are champs. And here's where Shaq talked about the big purchase he made at Walmart.
Is it true that you have the record for the largest singular purchase in Walmart history?
Yes, that's true. I got traded from Miami to Phoenix, and I had an apartment that I got in one day. It was a 3-bedroom, nice apartment. When I shop, I don't shop. I already know what I want when I go there, and I just go get it. So if I got to get towels, I'm just going, whoosh, 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 30 towels, 30 little towels. I need pots and pans, grab it. What got me was the TVs, because I ordered about 6 TVs. That's what got me.
We'll catch up with you. $70,000.
$67,000.
That's nuts. At Walmart, he spent $67,000.
I wish he had the receipt still so we could exactly see. Because, pots and pans aren't cheap.
You hit it on the head, though. He said the TV, so he bought 6 TVs. And he probably bought the highest end he could buy.
Yeah, that's crazy, though, because I got an online deal at Walmart for my 50-inch 4K TV for like $250.
But you also have to think of the sound systems for each of them, the mounts,
you're right.
If you get an entertainment center for it.
And he's probably buying the biggest ticket items you can buy there. He's not, whatever their highest priced TV is, I'm sure, he's like, I'll take that, because there's a lot of great brand names that Walmart carries. So
67. One person said, I feel like you could buy a Walmart for $67,000.
I know, because you go in there and you just see how incredible the prices are, and he still racked up 67 G's.
Like I could see going into like a Crate and Barrel, you'll probably get like a couch and a table, and that's like $67,000. Restoration Hardware, that's the the one.
Yeah,
my wife loves that place. I hate it. Well, I don't want to go there.
Yeah, because it's money.
Yeah.
You got to spend dough.
It's like, look at this thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what is that?
You walk by and I think you pay $67,000.
And I don't know if you ever do this, where you play the game of, this is what I think it's worth, and I'll still pad the number. I'm like, that's okay. That lamp is probably worth $200-$300.
Yeah.
So what was it, $400? And then you go and look at the tag, and it's $1,200. And you just, this is just a lamp.
Oh, I played that when we walked by a clothing store, in the casino that we're at in Vegas, and it wasn't even an on-strip casino, and still, I'm way under what the price is. I'm like, that's a cool looking shirt. I probably would buy that. I could probably get that at Macy's. Maybe if I'm lucky, I got to pay. Maybe I pay $50 at most for that shirt at Macy's. Yep. Well, that shirt was not $50 over at the Westgate Resort Hotel stupid store. God, it was like 4 figures. I'm like, 4 figures for this shirt? Are you kidding me?
I go to Target. Maybe it won't fit as nice, but it's still, I could get something that's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, man, I won't complain about Nordy's ever again. I'll tell you
I do that game too there. I'm like, this T-shirt, this is, in my opinion, I should be paid $30 tops for this, and then it's like $90.
Yeah, oh yeah, but it's not 4 figures Vegas style.
So it says we got to check out the Gordon Ramsay episode of Hot Ones. So many F words. Another person said they bought the Hot Ones hottest sauce, and now my butt hates me forever.
Dude, you know who was a champ on that one? Which, I mean, I guess, I'm not surprised because she's definitely a foodie and, host Top Chef. But Padma went through those wings like nothing. It looked like she didn't even break a sweat eating all those wings.
That's fun. I'm looking at their list of episodes, and Padma gracefully destroys spicy wings.
Yeah, she was. I saw her and I was like, this woman's unbelievable. She's just plowing right through them. And I'm like, okay, got new respect for you. Now when she starts critiquing people on Top Chef, I'm like, you know what? You can say what you want, Padma, because you survive hot wings.
It's funny though to see because most of the people have succeeded in eating all the wings. They'll give you on their Wikipedia the result of the episode. Like, so Padma's success, of course. It's interesting to see who's tapped out. Ricky Gervais tapped out.
Yeah, I saw that episode too. Yeah, he was like, I'm done. I can't do it.
Mario Batali.
Oh, really? Mario couldn't do it?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a restaurateur. He tapped out.
He used to have a show.
Wiener.
Yeah.
Tajari, Cookie from Empire.
Oh,
tapped out.
Oh, yeah.
Tajari P. Henson.
Yes. Couldn't do it. Oh, sorry, Cookie.
Lil Yachty. I'm surprised.
Lil Yachty couldn't do it.
Yep. E40. I don't know who the hell E40 is.
He's next to WD-40. That guy made it, though.
Spoiler alert. Apparently, Shaq tapped out during this episode.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, that's why, these are super hot. None of us have ever had wings this hot.
No, I understand that. I mean, we've done
when he goes all the way
to
up.
Buffalo Wild Wings, a few of us from the show, me, Danny, Joe, and the Rev. And their hottest is super hot, but it's not anywhere near what they're talking about on this show.
Exactly.
I can't even imagine that because I tapped out after one wing.
Yeah, you did.
And I was like, I can't. It was the stove hotness mixed with the actual spice.
See, Steve thinks he'd be good on the show. Steve, I think you'd tap out.
I don't think so. I didn't tap out on the Buffalo Wild Wings one.
But how high do they get compared to what they do in this show?
I'm sure it's really bad, and I'm not going to be happy about doing this. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm so good.
Wow, you really think you'll do it?
I think you could do it.
I know I would.
I think you could too.
If it was on a show, I would do it.
I believe in you, Steve.
You know what? You have so much confidence in yourself, and I have so much no confidence in me. That's why I wouldn't do it. I would tap out probably as soon as he gave me the glass of water.
You don't think, though, if the pressure's on, you know people are going to watch this on YouTube.
I would so tap out.
You don't want to look like a quitter.
Oh, I'm a quitter. Yeah, see, I know it. I mean, that's why your confidence is as surprising to me, maybe to you, as my no confidence.
I would keep going until it's done.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to doubt you.
I would regret every moment of it, but I would keep going until it's done.
I wish they would do like the Ultimate Fan Challenge. Like The Walking Dead always lets somebody come on the Talking Dead TV show. It's like the Ultimate Fan. So one regular person gets to be on the couch with Chris and the guys at least one time a year. I wish the hot ones would do that. Let just some rando like you get on it.
And I wouldn't do it just for funsies. Like, I'm only going to do it because I would have the opportunity to be on this show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that it would be like a cool feather in the cap, a cool thing to say I look back on and have a video proof of me being on that show, and that'd be awesome.
And then he could talk to you about how your life is, and you're almost a celebrity. You're Twitter verified.
I'm a local celebrity.
Yeah,
say that with complete
that should get you something.
Tongue-in-cheekness.
Yeah.
Jim Gaffigan tapped out. Mike Epps tapped out.
Oh wow.
Rob Corddry tapped out.
Yeah,
he's gotten so many good
he's got a lot of people. Yeah,
Kevin Hart's been on it.
Yeah.
Now I wouldn't do Kevin Hart's show where you're in that tub with all the ice cubes.
Right.
No, I'd rather burn my mouth than freeze my boys.
Oh, I'd rather the ice.
Ice
all
for
the
sure.
way.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've been in the 50-degree thing with Ted Smith. Ted Smith took me in the 50-degree the water thing, so I got to be thinking that the ice is probably similar.
When I got really sick in college, they put me in a tub of ice cubes. It was the worst experience ever.
Well, because you're also sick, not feeling good on top of that. Yeah.
Like running a really bad fever and almost died. Like, I get why they did it, but I don't ever.
At some point,
I wouldn't want to do it for funsies.
Your body goes numb at some point, so no matter how cold it is, I think you kind of don't know anymore.
How about you do, sitting in an ice bath, you eat hot wings?
Oh, there you go. That's the new show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, hot and cold ones, we'll call it.
So he says the best episode was DJ Khaled. He tapped like a bitch after one wing.
Only one?
Next person, DJ Khaled, the biggest weenie on Hot Ones.
That would be me.
Chris Jericho was a great episode, somebody said. Jeff Goldblum rating the tastiness of the wings on a scale of 1 to 10. Goldblum's episode is glorious.
Oh, I gotta watch that one.
Okay, so but in the Wikipedia they rated Padma as the best, right?
No, they just said that she succeeded.
Oh, okay.
No, they don't rate anyone as really the best. They just show you who failed and who didn't.
I feel like, man, I mean, I watched I watched a good number of those shows. I haven't seen Jeff Goldblum's episode, but Padma was the one that just, out of everybody I've seen, I just was so impressed with her. It was like she was just eating ice cream. It was just like, I can't believe it. And she's just having conversation. Her voice doesn't sound raspy. She had that same grace and that same regal nature that she has in the entire Top Chef episode. She just kept that same, that same demeanor the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, somebody says makes you tap on the sauce called the bomb. That's what gets everyone when the sauce is presented from Lakewood Larry.
Yeah.
And so it says blazing wings are 300 to 400,000 on the Scoville scale.
Okay. All right. Do it. See if you can do it, Steve.
How am I going to do
Practice.
I don't want to practice. I just want to go on that show. I really don't want to. I don't want to put myself through this torture.
What if we practice and we have the Rocky music playing the entire time? This might get you.
I'll film it.
Oh, so it's like we're on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put it on YouTube and everything? No.
Yeah, not what might
I want to go on the show. Like, I don't think you guys understand.
But we have to send the videos. We have to show him that you are.
That's not how this works. He invites guys on. I don't want to have to apply to be on the show.
Survivor lets people send videos. Why won't this guy? You know Steve will pass out because that's one of Steve's things that he does. He passes out.
If I passed out on the show, that would be fantastic.
Right in a bowl of wings. Wouldn't that be
like
great?
if we did Getting Dug with High?
Yeah.
If we were on that show, I would probably pass out.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if he'd have it. No, we got to be a somebody to be on that show. Yeah.
I mean, he likes us.
Yeah, but but that show's got to have somebody.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, he's got. If he actually called us to be on that show, I go, what are you running out of guests? What are you calling us for? Got a new survey. You know what? I'll talk about this survey later because actually I realized that a popular celebrity, we got to talk about this. A popular celebrity just admitted that he didn't even vote for himself to win an Academy Award. This is unbelievable because I think you get nominated and you have a chance to vote. How do you not vote for yourself? Like if you're a presidential candidate, you got to walk in and vote for yourself. This guy didn't do that. He did not vote for himself in the category he was up for in the Academy Award. His reasons, by the way, okay, pretty awesome reason why. You're going to hear from him at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. So Woody Harrelson and Sam Rockwell, both actors, were up for Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars last year for 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri, a movie you probably won't see.
I have no idea this movie,
Yeah, it looks very serious. Yeah. Yeah. Look, Sam did a great job. He also was a great Bush in that George Bush, the Cheney movie.
Okay. Was that called Vice?
Vice, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and Sam Elliott did a great, I should say not Sam Elliott, Sam Rockwell did a great job as George Bush. And he was in this one as well. And so they were both up for Best Supporting Actor. And Woody said, yeah, even though I was up for it, I voted for Sam.
I voted for Sam Rockwell. Did you? I thought his performance was astoundingly great. I don't know. It's kind of like I feel like I got an award with my life. Like what an award. So I don't think about it. I did years ago, but I figured out that wasn't going to pay off.
Right.
You know, after the first major disappointment, I was like, that was a Golden Globe thing, and then I was just like, okay. That was for Larry Flint, and then I'm like, by the time it came to the Academy Award, so I was like, no, I'm not going to win, and I'm going to have a great night, and that's how it's been.
It is pretty amazing that really Woody, from Cheers, is good enough to, to be in these categories, and he really, really is. He's become a terrific actor.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
And does he not sound like this the coolest dude just to chill with?
Yeah. And apparently lives in a bird sanctuary. I don't know where
they were outside. I know. I was trying to figure that out, so I went online to see what was going on. And they're just outside walking. But the best part is he's just wearing sweatpants. It looks like he's wearing slippers.
Oh, man.
A Wrangler denim jacket and a cowboy hat.
That's living.
He does not give an ass.
See, Woody's where I'm at. I want to see, but he still looks good, though. That's the problem.
He's living his best life.
Yeah.
We can all do a little bit like that.
And some of these awesome roles you think about. Natural Born Killers might be my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, that was so damn good.
He was good in True Detective.
True Detective, that was awesome.
Yeah, he was good in that.
Zombieland.
He was good in Zombieland.
He was amazing in Kingpin.
Yes.
Yeah,
you're right. Great movie.
They're making a second Zombieland Double Tap.
Yep. Yeah. Double Tap?
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, good for Woody. And you know what? How cool. He's like, you know what? And Sam Rockwell has become a great actor, too. He's done a lot of great stuff.
I think it's cool. He's like, I one time got worked up about these awards, and I realized I was all, I would imagine that happens to a lot of people with anything you get excited about, and when it doesn't happen, you get heartbroken. It almost makes you maybe adjust your way of thinking. Like, why am I getting so worked up about this? Like, what does it matter if I get an Academy Award or not?
Well, again, people who pursue the art. I had a great conversation with a guy in Vegas about that, as a matter of fact. And, if you go for the art, all the other stuff will come as long as you're not trying to get the fame. You're not trying to get the trophy. You're not trying to get the money.
That's why I never really care about, like, the Grammy Awards, or even when, like, on a smaller level, being in a band over the years, I never wanted to do Battle of the Bands. I just thought they were so stupid. And I get why people do them, and it's a great opportunity to get more exposure because you have all these different people coming to see your show.
Yeah.
But why is it a competition? Art shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It's not a sport. Playing music isn't a sport. How do you quantify what's better and what's not?
That's the tough thing about what we do, because we do get rated.
Yeah.
And it really is, people, it's funny because we'll have conversations and go, well, how do you feel about this and that? And it's like, you know what? Those guys that do that show are really good people, and they do a great job. It doesn't matter who's on top or not. It doesn't change the fact that they are, like you said, they're artists. They're doing a great job.
You're hoping that the person who's in charge of judging you likes what you do.
Yeah.
And that's so hard. It's different than scoring more points than somebody.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you asked me to rate the show This Is Us, they would get nothing from me, and it has nothing to do with how good or bad the show is. It's just not my kind of show. But I know it's a terrific show, but they wouldn't get any ratings from me.
That's why I try not to, like, whenever it's anything music, movies, I try not to say something's crap. I might say, or I'll say it if I'm trying to troll one of you guys, and I'll definitely say it's crap. But you know what I mean? Like, it's not my cup of tea, but somebody texted in just yesterday and asked me what I thought of the new Weezer record, and I was just like, man.
That's a tough one for you.
Well, the cover record I wasn't a fan of at all. I felt like they really did mail it in, but I tried listening to the new album, the Black Album.
Okay.
I didn't make it through the whole record.
Oh, and when you usually make it through records.
I wanted to. I mean, Weezer at one point was my all-time favorite band. They were, or at least in my top 5.
Yeah.
It always changes. But
Couldn't do it, huh?
No, man, it's not. I'm just, that's not my thing anymore.
Wow.
And it's just not, in my opinion.
It's not easy to age as a band. It really, I don't
even know what they're trying to do anymore. I don't know if they're trying to win over a new audience, if they're trying to keep the old audience happy, or if they're just doing what they want and makes them happy, then that's great. But I kind of have to just give up on them and just be happy with the past records.
The only apples to apples I can, and they may not even be apples to apples, and you know a ton more about this, but I feel like Pearl Jam has figured it out. They've been around a long time, and arguably, if you listen to their latest record, it doesn't sound like the old stuff that much.
No.
But they figured it out enough that you will go through the whole record. And now, for me,
I love the new record.
It's my favorite record out of all. And I'm on the Pearl Jam train late. I was not on it with you guys. And maybe because I'm the same age as those guys, so I love where they're coming from musically and lyrically. I love this. This is my favorite album they've done, the last one.
And Pearl Jam, pound for pound, definitely in my top 5. But there's certain records of theirs that I won't even touch.
Yeah, you can't even touch, yeah.
And it's not that I've listened to them. I'm like, that's good. Don't ever really feel like I need to hear those songs ever again.
At least you made it through, though.
Yes.
See, that's the thing. If you can't make it through Weezer's new Black Album.
No, dude, I was just like doing some chores around the house, put the headphones on. I'm like, you know what? This is the time to check it out. I'm fully focused in on music because I had in my headphones, and it just was.
I'd like to go back to.
I don't know how else to say
that. Was a great way to put it. Boy, that's a great. The fart sound. That's what I think of your new album.
So he says, guys, 3 Billboards is an awesome movie. Serious, but it's a great movie. Everyone but Steve would like it.
Here's the thing. I know it is. You know, like so many Academy Awards. I've got Hidden Figures on my DVR, which won Academy Awards, I think, last year or the year before, about the women that were in charge of like the NASA program, where they were really very contributory to it. The trouble is that you got to be in the mood for a movie because it's just serious. Yep. There's a lot of great movies. They're just I really want to escape. I don't want to be like in Serious Town.
Do you factor in when you're picking a movie like, okay, what's my rest of my day like? You know, is this the type of movie that's going to bum me out for the rest of the day, or what do I have planned? Am I going to bed right after this movie?
The sad thing about great technology, because I've got Xfinity, and of course I can download all my DVR shows on my tablet now. The sad thing about that is it used to be I was a slave to whatever movies were on the device they give you on the plane. Mm-hmm. That's where I'd catch up on a lot of my movies. But I don't.
Now you can do whatever.
I can do whatever. So I don't ever watch those movies that I have. And someday when I'm sick, I'll go through them all.
So what was the question?
So what I wanted to bring up is that we were talking about Sam Rockwell, because that's who Woody Harrelson said he voted for the Academy Awards. Rev and I both agree on a movie. If you're looking for a different kind of movie that I think is really a good movie, it's basically just Sam Rockwell in the whole movie. It's called Moon.
Oh gosh, yes,
that's a good movie.
That movie is fantastic, and you get to see some amazing range from Sam. And like BJ said, it's mostly just him, but it's really, really good.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a movie to watch, it's a good mystery, and you're gonna be like, what the hell is going on here? I think you'll dig it. Plus, Sam is really good. I just he's really a terrific actor. It's called Moon. It's on Netflix. Check it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I'm trying to see who he was. I clicked on Sam Rockwell just to see what movies he's been in, because I know the name.
He played Chuck Norris, where they did the movie about Chuck Barris being the CIA guy.
Right.
He played that.
He'd be an amazing Chuck Norris too, I think.
But he was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I don't remember.
Who the hell was he in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? That's on his list of movies that he was in.
The first time I remember seeing Sam Rockwell was in Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest was awesome,
and he was the plucky guy that was really not going to be remembered. He goes, "I'm the crew member that nobody knows. I'm going to die."
They said he was the quote unquote head thug in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was back in 1990, so a little bit earlier in his career.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh no, I don't either.
I kind of want to see what he looked like then.
God, right?
He was in Iron Man 2.
Yes,
he was one of the bad guys.
That's right.
Green Mile. Green Mile was a good movie.
Yeah, he was a jerk in the Green Mile.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's. You know what? As soon as you see his face, you go, "Oh yeah, that guy."
He was the lead character in the Chuck Palahniuk movie Choke.
That's another movie.
Another fantastic
it's a
one.
Great movie, but again, how many people have seen it?
Yeah, people need to though.
You got to be a hardcore Chuck Palahniuk fan, I think, to go that deep, and that's a good movie to see.
Go deep.
So it says Moon is one of my favorite movies of the past 15 years, directed by David Bowie's son.
I didn't realize that was David Bowie's kid, because he did another one I watched too.
Wow.
Well, if you love that one, dude, he did one for Netflix. Oh, it's about a guy, Mute. Maybe it was just called Mute. And that's why I watched Moon, because I think we were interviewing somebody about it, but I said, oh, he did this Moon one. Let me check that out.
And actually, Mute is based in the Moon universe sort of thing. So there's actually a connection with that as well.
So that's David Bowie's kid that directed that?
Yeah, Duncan Jones.
Wow.
I didn't know Duncan Jones was David's kid.
Now you do.
Oh, man, that's
how old is Duncan Jones?
He's got to be in his mid-30s, I bet.
47 years old.
Like I said, 47. The kid's 47.
He doesn't look 47.
Damn. I didn't. Well, you know what? David Bowie was an older guy than me. I forget that. For some reason, I don't know why I thought I was David Bowie's age.
So Sam's best role was in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, gosh, he was. He was Ford Prefect.
Yeah, he wasn't Ford Prefect. He was actually Arthur Dent. Ford Prefect was played by...
he was Zaphod. Sorry.
Zaphod.
Yeah, he was Zaphod Beeblebrock.
Yeah, Mos Def, I think, was Ford Prefect.
You're right.
But he was good in that movie, too. He's just so good. He's got a lot of great range. He can play a goofy, crazy guy, and he can really play a serious role.
He was in Charlie's Angels. That's a fine film.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, he was. Mm-hmm.
He was in that movie, Conviction, when we had Juliette Lewis in studio.
Oh, damn.
That was a good film.
Yeah, that really was.
He's good. Yeah, well, and you know what? I don't know who won Best Supporting Actor. Was it him? Did he win it this year? Maybe he did.
You're asking me.
I watched him a couple of weeks ago and I forgot.
Yeah, you're the one who watched it. You're supposed to tell us.
I know, and I can't remember who won Best Supporting Actor. It's gone.
Was it? No. I'm not even trying.
Yeah, all I remember is Rami Malek won Best Actor. I don't even know who won Best... Oh, Olivia, what's-her-face, Coleman, I think, won Best Actress. I don't know who...
What won Best Film?
Best Film, I remember this only because I was bummed because it wasn't Black Panther. It was... it was the Green Book. The Green Mile.
The Green Mile book.
Yeah, I want to watch The Green Book, actually. That looked good. All right. Well, there you go. That's our Academy Award report. 2 weeks late. We can't remember any of the
Sam Rockwell filmography rundown.
Right? How bad are the Academy Awards that you can't remember anybody that won anything? Except Rami Malek.
What do you think about this? Someone texted in. This is a very good point because I was talking about how I never understood why music or any art really is up for how can someone win or lose in that, because art's so subjective. One person says it's like with action sports in the Olympics. How do you judge one person's style of a trick over the others? I always wondered that too. Like gymnastics. Yeah. I'll watch some of these things and I'm like, that's a perfect 10. There's no way that was perfection. And then they get like a 7.9 or something.
I know. How brutal is that for those young kids? I mean, the kids are so young and they're getting judged so harshly, and it's so emotionless, and they're putting their heart and soul into those performances. I've never liked the judging in the Olympic type stuff. I just thought, this is horrible. This kid's probably going to be in therapy for the rest of his life.
I'd be the worst judge if they had me judging any of those kind of things, because they'd be like, there's Steve again with a perfect 10. I'm like, you didn't fall on his ass. That's pretty damn good, if you ask me.
I always wondered about, like, when they do those food competition shows, like, imagine you have the best whatever it is, and the person's like, I don't like this because I don't like sour cream.
Yeah.
Or I don't like onions, so I'm not going to vote this as well.
Right. It's all in the taste buds of whoever.
Exactly.
Oh, the sucky part of Top Chef is when they get down to the final 4, final 5, and they go, these dishes are all very good, so we got to be picky. It's like, if somebody undercooks a meat, you go, you know what, that person should go home. How do you undercook something?
Right.
But when they go, man, they're all so good, but we have to send somebody home. I'm like, that is so unfair if you're the one that gets just sent home. You're like, what are you talking? Oh, come on. Yeah, the salt shaker was on the wrong side of the plate or something. You're just like, oh, come on.
And again, I'd be the worst at that too, because I'd be just stuffing my fat face going, this tastes good. 10.
Exactly. That would be me too. And everyone, because they always get they'll get celebrities, like they had Muhammad Ali's daughter on there, Layla
Ali. Okay.
Yeah, she was on there, and I'm like, okay, well, how good is her palate? Yeah. And they have her at saying
star
stuff.
Power, though, they're using her. Yeah.
I mean, I get that. I mean, I don't have a problem with her being on there. It's just when they go, well, what did you think, Layla? And it's like, if they ask me, I'd be like, I don't know, it's better than a McNugget, I guess, or I don't know, but I really like McNuggets, so maybe it's not better than a McNugget. It's like, well, what makes you an expert? All right. Well, I think we've solved it, Steve. We've figured it out. Got a new survey here that looks into the different skills that we all wish we had and how much we would pay to magically have them with zero effort, just like Neo.
Oh, piano.
Yeah, remember Neo did that? Was the coolest thing about The Matrix is Neo says, I know how to fly a helicopter now. I know Kung Fu.
I really want to know how to play the piano, but I don't want to put any effort into learning.
Yeah, right? That's me.
How much would you spend?
Oh, man.
I don't think it would be a ton. If someone said for $1,000, I will zap your brain, so now that you know how to play the piano, I would pay it.
Yeah, well, to me, that's a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do 1,000. I was thinking I might even go higher just because if it's a major skill. But what do you think is the number one thing that people say, I want this skill and I'd pay for it in a heartbeat?
To bone better.
That's the one, Rev. Rev's the winner.
Come on. Everyone wants to bone better.
Not that maybe the first person that opened his mouth about that has a problem with it. No.
I'm just saying.
To bone better is the top thing?
That's number one. Being good in bed. The average person say they would shell out a lot more than you, Steve. They would shell out $8,200 to be better in bed.
How did they come up with that number? I would think it was $6,900.
$6,900.
With taxes and service fees. Yeah.
It was $69 starting before taxes.
Right. Retail price.
Yeah. Wow. And what do you think? It's got to be men, right? I mean, I think women. How many women are not good in bed? I mean, all you have to do is one thing.
They're like pizza.
Yeah,
I think it could be really bad, but it's still good enough.
Yeah, I don't know a woman. I have never met a woman that doesn't know how to go. All right, here's how to get you where you need to be.
I mean, there was a time where I wasn't as experienced, and I had to sit there and practice by myself to figure out what I needed to do.
You mean for the guy?
To do for the guy.
Would you like a banana or something?
Something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
All right, but I mean, basic. First of all,
basic's
if
fine.
You just lie there, he knows. I mean, he knows what he's got to do.
But I don't want to be just okay. You don't want to be, frozen pizza. You want to be like.
Well, I appreciate that you want to be better.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, still, if you just lied there, the job can be done. Whereas the other way around, there are women that go, no, you've got to know your skills, or it's not going to get done.
You got to arch your back and not like be all hunched over for certain things. There's a whole lot of stuff.
I wouldn't pay a dime.
You wouldn't pay. So if your wife came up to you today, now I know you think you're God's gift to the bedroom. I know this.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, and I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, of course you do.
Thank you.
But what if your wife came to you and said, look, honey, honestly, for the last 7 years or so, you've been okay. I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Right.
You've been okay. You still wouldn't want to, you say, I'm not paying to be better?
Well, it's like, what do you want? Do you want a couch, or do you want me to be better in bed? That would be my thing.
By the way, look at your face. I'm like,
how much money do you think I got?
All right, this is...
You got yourself a new car.
Husband of
You want this new couch. The places that you want this couch from aren't cheap.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to take mediocre Steve.
Well, I think a lot of women do make that decision in life, I'd be honest with you.
You want that fancy purse?
Yeah.
Or you want that fancy dong?
I think there's a lot of women that have to deal with the fancy purse because they're not getting the fancy dong. I honest to God, go to Mercer Island. How many women do you think are getting the fancy dong? Because they're getting the fancy purse. I would love... You know what? All you got to do is maybe go to the Roanoke and then just see any woman maybe at the bar having a drink and ask her, hey, you getting the fancy purse? So you know you're not getting the fancy dong, right?
But wouldn't you like to try other methods before you go down that road? Of like dropping $8,000 be better in the sack?
Oh, I would. I'd feel confident. Like if I could just all of a sudden get it. My wife, I think, is here. It's been 34 years of marriage this year. This month, as a matter of fact, coming up next week. I still believe she's lying and she's just trying to make me feel good. I feel like I'm horrible, and she just doesn't tell me that. I do. I wish I could say.
Your wife will say things and put her own foot in her mouth for a lot of things. I feel like she would have told you by now.
I want to believe that, but she's that kind. She's a kind woman.
I know that, but I think that she's also kind of unfiltered. I think she would say it.
Yeah.
Or if you asked her, she would give off the body language that she's not being truthful.
She's good, Steve. I mean, she's good as far as not knowing. I mean, sometimes I look at her and then years later she'll tell me something. I'll go, you what? You always said this, and she goes, yeah, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. My wife is good. She'll make you think that when she'll lie to spare you pain. She's really good at that. That's why I don't believe her. So, but if I could pay $8,200, I know, because I'd be like Neo. I know kung fu.
So that just will confirm your own self-doubt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we're going to get one of those pills, man, and pop them every time.
A pill
the one I hear on the podcast these days is the Blue Chew.
I mean, you guys went to a kissing class together, right?
Because I wasn't that good at kissing.
No. Exactly, but did she let you know that?
Steve and I are going to go to. Yeah. It's not a kid. We're going to go to a cuddling class. That's where Steve and I are going.
Well,
to cuddle po. Yeah. Come on, Vicky, get it right. My wife and I kiss. Steve and I cuddle.
I apologize.
Yeah, we did, and that's why I'm also self-conscious, because I don't think I passed the kissing class.
Okay, so then so it would be for you. It would be sex.
Yeah.
Danny, what are you going to spend good money on, and something that you don't want to work at?
Oh man, probably to learn how to skateboard and not fall and break my hand. I've always wanted to be a really good skateboarder. Still to this day, like,
wow.
Yeah, just to be able to like skate downtown and stuff.
You know what? He is such a child. Of all the things you could skill, like if they could just download it into your brain, that's the first thing.
That's better than having a better dong, if you ask me.
Oh my God, the two of you are idiots.
Rev?
Oh, I would love to learn to play guitar.
See, now that's worthwhile.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
What's so different about skateboarding over a guitar?
Literally nothing.
I don't know. I think that's an art.
If you did some crazy ollie over something.
Yeah, what if Danny suddenly became Tony Hawk?
Yeah, exactly. He goes to a skate park, and all of a sudden we're all just hanging out, and there's a skate park right there, and he goes, hey, guys, you want to see something awesome? And he does all these massive tricks. I think that'd be pretty freaking cool.
You can learn how to do that stuff, but eventually you get so old you can't do it anymore. You know, your body just won't let
you. He pays good money. True. Now he can pull it off.
And Tony Hawk's still doing stuff. He's 50.
Yeah, but Tony Hawk is, Tony Hawk is Tony Hawk.
All right, Vicky, what about you?
I would love to learn, even the top 5, top 10 languages of the world.
That's me.
Just so I can go undercover and just hear what everyone's saying.
I would love to be able to speak Japanese.
Yeah. Dude, I've always been impressed with anybody.
Like yell at people in Japanese. I think that would be so much fun.
Or German.
Yeah, German's very aggressive.
Dude, every time you watch a movie and somebody can speak multiple languages, I think they're amazing. Like, they're the best character in the whole movie because they can speak all these languages. It's such a great skill.
And for me, it's a sad reason, but I love watching New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I would like to hear what the actual main announcers say as opposed to the English announcers. I like to be able to watch it with the Japanese announcers.
Yeah. Well, you guys, unfortunately, none of these are here. Though foreign language just missed being in the top 5. That people would pay $5,700 to download that in their brain so they could officially do it.
I'm playing an instrument, so Rev and I are right there with foreign language.
Okay, fine. Being less anxious is the number 2.
Ooh.
People would pay almost $7,000 to be less anxious.
Ooh, gosh, yeah. Maybe that would be for me, Nan.
See, I didn't think about it on that level. Like something that's therapeutic in a sense, like being less depressed.
Number 3 is going to make you feel good, though.
Okay.
Number 3 makes me feel good because we do this. Public speaking. People would pay $6,200 to learn how to public speak. The anxious.
But there's different levels of public speaking. Yeah. I have no problem speaking in front of, like, if someone asked me what's the most number of people you spoke in front of, I'm like, almost 60,000 people for that Metallica concert. And they were like, what? I couldn't do that. I'm like, I could do that any day of the week. But, man, oh, man, I'm going to have a difficult time if you put me in a room where there's 10 people and I have to talk in front of them.
That's because you didn't do stand-up comedy like I did.
Right.
And they put my name on the marquee and only 10 people would show up. So I'm used to being able to speak in front of 10 people.
And that's a good night.
Oh.
And you had to deal with people throwing hot dogs at you and everything.
We were sold out, baby. 10 people.
I tripled my numbers from the last show.
SRO, bitches. All right, yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right, but unfortunately took too many guesses.
Which witch is flattened by a house in The Wizard of Oz?
The Wicked Witch of the North.
No.
The Witch of the West.
No.
The Witch of the South.
No.
Ooh, the East Witch.
Yeah, good old East Witch. If there were only 4 guesses, Steve. I love it when, like, 3.
Your guys' reaction was great.
It was so great. It was just like he's got 3 out of 4 shots. Oh, no. And actually, you really had 3 out of 3 shots because we know the Wicked Witch of the Witch of the West. And
she melted, right?
Yeah, she was the one.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, and you still didn't get it. Yeah, good job, buddy. You want a shot at beating Steve? Gosh, I hope there are questions like that. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I have lots of tickets that I haven't paid. Can those be discharged through a bankruptcy?
Yes, there are some limits on what we can do with tickets. Tickets cannot be discharged in a full bankruptcy. In a Chapter 7 case, that won't help you get your license back. But in Chapter 13 reorganization, tickets are dischargeable. Most types of tickets are dischargeable. So you would have to pay back some of the tickets in a Chapter 13 case, but the vast majority of them could be discharged if you complete the plan. And again, you would get your license back right away when you filed the Chapter 13 case, as long as the only reason you don't have your license is because of failure to pay your tickets. But the Chapter 13 process will help you get your license back and repay a small portion of your tickets in most cases and get your license reinstated almost immediately.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
I'm Erin Ryan, political commentator, comedy writer, and host of Crooked Media's Hysteria.
And I'm co-host Alyssa Mastromonaco, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff for President Obama.
Each week on Hysteria, we are joined by a team of hilariously opinionated ladies to discuss the headlines from the serious to the absurd.
We cover everything from reproductive rights to rom-coms and break down the political news of the week and cultural stories that affect women's lives.
New episodes of Hysteria drop every Thursday. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.